Oh yeah, I'm not messing around. We're getting serious. I am presenting to you guys as our library.
Time has not started.
Oh, time hasn't started.
Oh, we do.
I'm slipping it in.
Coordination of your clothing. You guys went all out.
Like I said, we're getting serious.
All right.
All right, so I'm presenting you as the director to the board of our library. I want to talk to you today about
Wait.
technology fake.
It's coming.
Okay. Constructing the future of libraries. Now, what do you think the most important resource in the library is?
Librarians.
That's right. Your staff. Smart people here. What we're asking with this idea is that we get the most use, the best use out of our staff possible. That's what we spend the most money on. Our idea is called Open Office, Open Library. The idea is, with our public service staff, instead of sequestering them in different departments, how many times do you have to ask a question from someone all the way up an adult? You're all the way down in the basement because you work in children's. Instead of putting silos of information, separating people, we bring them all together into a central space where not only are staff able to work together interdepartmentally, easily and freely, can you go back this way?
Yes.
But also that patrons are going to have almost complete access to staff as well. We're asking our staff to be open to becoming community experts. We're asking them to be willing to share their specialized knowledge that we know all of our smart staff have all the time.
Wow.
Conversation. We want this to generate conversations. We want, instead of, I'm sitting on the desk, someone comes up and asks me a question, hey, can you put a hold on this? Instead of saying, oh yeah, to put a hold on this, you need to go to circulation. We say, you need to go to Pam. No more jargon, no more departments, no more sending people to some jargon name. We send people to other people. The other thing that we're going to do is we are, we're almost there, expertise. We are relying on our staff. We're just going to leave that alone. We're relying on our staff to share their expertise. We know that they are smart. We know that they are good at what they do. And we're asking staff to share that. And we're asking the staff not only to share that with patrons, but to share that with each other. 4 seconds?
20.
20 seconds, okay. The other thing that we're wanting to do with this is provide a sense of openness. Instead of patrons not knowing where a book is, patrons not knowing what staff do, they will always be able to see what staff are doing. You're in trouble. We're ready for the sharks. Bring on the sharks.
All right, it's time here. Okay, we're going to start over here.
Okay, I'm a young and innovative librarian. I also happen to be extroverted, so you're lucky. I love the idea of people being able to interact with me. However, 90% of my coworkers don't. How are you going to convince them that this is a good thing, especially people that do very technical stuff such as hand-coding websites or cataloging?
We've got two things. One, we're going to make sure that staff are going to be able to get the time that they need. So we're not taking away all offices. We're not saying take down all the walls, there's no private space anymore. They'll be able to check out a study room just like a patron is. They're going to use the space of the library just like patrons are in some ways. The other thing that we're going to do is it's going to cut down on the questions that they get that don't necessarily pertain to them. So someone comes up to me and asks me about the newest romance novel. Do I look like I read romance novels? I don't. But I happen to know Jenny, 2 desks over, is great at romance novels. And so suddenly, there's a relationship between that patron that wants to read romance novels and Jenny, who loves romance novels too. So they're not going to come to me next time, they're going to go straight to Jenny.
I might add, if you refer to our diagram, you'll see that there's kind of an inner sanctum where if you need to do work that requires silence or concentration, you can go in there and have some quiet time.
It's a sanctuary. We're going to jump over here for the next question.
So I'm Jenny, and I love romance novels. And I'm the patron who loves romance novels, and Jenny's out of the office. Now who am I talking to? And I want to go talk to Jenny, but she's not there.
You want to go talk to Jenny? Another thing that we're going to work on is that we're going to have a board that makes it easier, even when all the librarians aren't in, that they're going to be able to see something about the librarian. You know, hi, I'm Ridgway, and I like reading graphic novels. Like a status update, almost like a Twitter, but on a big board next to where the staff will be. So maybe Jenny isn't in, but maybe instead of having to ask, and they get shifted between department and department, they'll be able to find it passively using that board.
So you want me to read a sign?
The hope is we give you a sign that you want to read. We give you a sign that actually gives you useful information that changes.
All right, question
As
over here.
usual, I have two questions. Number one, you said, if someone comes to the desk and they want to place a hold, does not go over to that desk, let's go over and talk to this person. Why does it go over there at all? Why should it be, I can help you right here?
There's going to be a lot of cross-training, but depending on equipment, we'd love to be able to get everyone all the same equipment. Everyone has a magical iPad that also is a bar scanner and also is a magical tablet that the keyboard slides out. But that's probably not going to be the case. So there will be times when we might be able to have to stand up, take them over to where the equipment. But the limitation will be the equipment more than the person.
All right, and question over here.
Hi, I'm Staci, Adult Services Librarian, and I did not get hired to...
Same question.
So I'm Staci, Adult Services Librarian, and I did not sign up to work with Rugrats, and I have no desire to be cross-trained in children's or
I hate
technology.
technology. I'm retiring in 3 years, and I still want to come. Get off my lawn!
Yes, you are retiring in 3 years, and we're going to find something very special for you to do for this next
Why? Why?
And if you're an adult librarian, your kind of areas like over here, and the kids are on the opposite side, so the amount that the kids are really gonna like come right there won't be quite as much.
We're not asking you necessarily to know absolutely everything about technology. We're asking you to treat that person like a person and connect them with a person who has the information that they need.
Are you saying me, as Staci, Adult Services Librarian, does not treat patrons like humans?
Well, Mr. Staci,
Okay, so
I'm also an old librarian. Now, I just want to give you guys a big shout out. I'm going to go home, and from now on, I'm giving you my testimony. I'm never going to refer another patron to a department. That is such a paradigm shift for me. I'm never going to say you need to talk to Sir, you need to talk to reference. I'm going to say you need to talk to Karen. And I want to give you guys props for that. Kudos and all those good things. Yay.
You guys had me with the open workspace idea. I love that concept. I think libraries should adopt it, but I do have a question. You mentioned that all of the staff in your library are smart and wise. What if that isn't true in every library? In my library.
Well, there's obviously still value in a person, period. So they might not have the skill set that you prefer, but there is still a skill set that they have that they can offer to the patron in some way, shape, or form. So it's still taking some value in the staff that we do have.
Yeah, and this idea not only creates transparency for the community that we serve, but it also creates a transparency internally. So I find it really difficult to actually collaborate with other departments within the library. There's a lot of roadblocks there. So if you are not as smart and wise as your fellow colleague who is roving and walking around and acting as sort of like the genius bar at the Apple store with the device and ready to help you bring the customer service point to the customer rather than, the customer having to walk to you, breaks down those barriers. And they can also come and collaborate with a colleague as far as answering question if they are not as qualified to answer that.
All right, I know we have some more questions, but we don't have any more time, so maybe we can go with this